become very focused on the technological disruptions, the innovation waves, and the emerging, changing nature of work, and indeed the future of work itself. And we started our strat plan to look at this, how we can make the university more relevant, agile, and resilient in the so-called VUCA world. Because we see digital transformation, firstly, as people-driven, and comprising of three intertwined strands of a shift in workforce, a shift in culture, and a shift in technology. So for us, digital transformation is not about technology, but about people, and the way in which we utilize technology to make the lives of our people so much better. So we believe that all three, and our digital transformation strategy is imperative in re-engineering our business processes in order to achieve our goals and objectives and meet our stakeholders and key role players' expectations. Our DigiCommons is our pride and joy. It is the only one, to our knowledge, in this country at any university, and indeed most industries do not have such a space that promotes innovation from within. We titled it DigiCommons. Commons is a place where people come together to co-create for mutual benefit, and digital is a digi as to focus on digital solutions and creations. So our belief is that we cannot deliver greatness to the outside if we cannot be great within us. So the DigiCommons is a space whereby our staff, and there is a large number of them who have got really great creative and innovative ideas. What was missing was a safe physical and digital space for people to explore their ideas and their creativity, and then translate that into innovative practice, so that at the end of the day they find fruition in what they do, and the university benefits from improved business processes. Design thinking is a methodology that's geared towards improving the user experience, and it is our approach to get our people to start thinking about problem solving from the perspective of the user and those who are on the receiving end of our services. Within the university currently, we not only have a new institutional strategic plan, but we simultaneously introduced a monitoring, evaluation and reporting system, a cloud-based real-time system that can track the ways in which the university and progress the university is making towards achieving its goals and objectives. Our system is transparent, so that any of our key stakeholders within the university can at any time track the progress we are making in this regard. We believe that this is one way in which we bring to life our strategic plan, because in most instances plans such as these fail because they fail to be implemented and they fail to be monitored, evaluated and reporting. So we are very proud of our MERS system, because it now gives, in an integrated way, a manner in which we track goals and objectives as well as the activities, and we have a built-in risk management system that enables users within the university to identify risks in their activities that they conduct on a daily basis. Linked to our monitoring, evaluation and reporting system is our implementation of our enterprise architecture essential viewer. All key role players within the institution can track all the business processes within the institution. So far we have managed to identify 782 business processes, which we are mapping out, identifying dependencies as well as the impact that they have on the overall conduct of business within the institution. Our enterprise architecture system is designed to enable managers as well as people on the coal face to identify problems and then use our design thinking methodologies to improve on those practices. So we have an integrated and coherent system to track not just the achievement of our goals and objectives, but to check on the ways in which we do our business. In 2017, we looked at global risks and the direction in which the global and local communities were moving. And we identified back then that the world is characterized by deep-seated disruptions as well as an upheaval of traditional ways of doing things. COVID-19 merely accelerated what we have identified as systemic failings previously. In our planning, we had already started thinking about ways in which to overcome such systemic failings. When COVID-19 made its appearance, we were able to quickly pivot towards a multimodal teaching, learning, and assessment plan. A combination of a digital enablement, digital optimization, and digital transformation strategies. These do not exist in a linear plane, but rather are iterative and interactive. Through our enablement process, we provided data to our students as well as did a geospatial study to identify those students who are outside of a digital infrastructure. So they would receive learning materials in print form, as well as other ways in which we can support them. With regard to digital optimization, we placed on our intranet a large volume of multimedia resources for staff and students to access during this period. These were interactive media so that it was not just a placing of content online. We moved to a new learning management system called D2L, Desire to Learn. Desire to Learn is a next generation learning management system that is interactive as well as providing a substantial amount of resources for staff and students, not just for learning and teaching, but as well as creating work groups and communication platforms. Our shift towards Brightspace was informed by our belief in design thinking and the user experience. So the key with Brightspace was the way in which it fostered a better experience for users, both for staff and students. It is more intuitive, and we make use of a Pulse app that allows for communication between academic staff and students, as well as keeping them up to date and abreast with developments that's happening on the system. So they will know in real time what content has been uploaded, how they performed in tests, and so on. The second thing is about content development. Brightspace allows for easy drag and drop development of learning materials online. So each of our academic staff now have become instructional designers in their own right. They can take their analog lecture notes and study guides and create media-rich content for students to engage with in class. Secondly, and this is very critical, is the alignment of our learning objectives together with the learning materials as well as the assessment practices within D2L. D2L also allows us to engage or harvest learning analytics, so we can in real time know how well a student is performing, as well as the academic staff themselves, to identify students at risk and then factor in developmental programs to assist students to overcome the challenges that they may have with certain concepts within a course content. The effect of the pandemic is expected to be with us for a while. To this end, the university has decided to recalibrate its planning to ensure that we factor in the impact of the pandemic, as well as the so-called changing nature of the world of work and indeed the nature of work itself. So to this end, we held a strategic planning session with our deans to look at the ways in which we can position the academic project to enable us achieve this goal. So we focused on starting with reimagining the pedagogic foundations of what we do, because at the heart is our academic project and the way in which we conceptualize knowledge and knowledge creation. We are now thinking largely about moving towards a digital learning environment which can be experienced whether you are in a remote or you are on campus, as well as to start thinking about in-person, online, blended, synchronous and asynchronous learning. What we have learned now is that students like to learn anywhere, anytime, at their own pace. It is for us now to recreate conditions within the institution that enables such learning. Then we are focusing on moving our resources, both human, physical, technological resources, to bring this to fruition so that we have this digital learning environment that's conducive to learning for the future. Our goal is to empower our students so that they are prepared for a changing world of work, indeed a changed world with changing social, economic and political conditions so that they are able to function as responsible citizens.
At TUT, we embrace engaged scholarship, whereby learning, teaching, research, and engagement is integrated in our everyday realities. We empower our graduates by future-proofing them to successfully negotiate the rapidly changing world of work and make tangible movement towards civic renewal. Our mission directs us towards ensuring our graduates are productive and active citizens. Our suite of programs and qualifications, research, and innovation, as well as engagement with stakeholders, are aimed at making positive impact on our communities. Our staff are dedicated towards providing quality service and conducive teaching, learning, and living spaces. Anchored in the African philosophy of Ubuntu, we are a caring and compassionate university, invested in ideas and engaged scholarship to effect social change and transformation. As a people's university, our moral purpose is to be the embodiment and the custodians of our people's hopes and dreams.